Here are 5 women's products that should be avoided. There are always alternatives, everything toxic out there. And talking about products, there are still things on the market that are very unsafe, very toxic, and you need to be aware of them. Number 5, permanent hair dyes. There's over 5,000 different chemicals that they use in dyeing your hair. And unfortunately, some are known carcinogens. They can cause cancer. The chemicals are going on your scalp, which has the ability to get absorbed and go right into the bloodstream. And they can act on your endocrine system. They can affect your hormones. Some chemicals are considered endocrine disruptors. And in one large study called the Sister Study, which was performed on 45,000 women, they found there was an increased risk of breast cancer and bladder cancer. So there are natural dyes out there that you should use. But when you're dyeing your hair, always ask questions and look at the ingredients of what's in this dye to make sure they're just not filled with a list of chemicals that you can't even pronounce. Number 4, hair removal creams. The chemical which is mostly used in these is called thiolate glycolic acid. This acid dissolves the keratin in your hair. It's a corrosive chemical, and contact can severely irritate and burn your skin. And it even says to wear protective gloves when you're using this acid. So if you don't like hair on your body, don't use this chemical. You might want to just wax. Number 3, intimate wash products. Are they really needed? And what are they doing to the microbiome that lives in the vaginal canal? The chemicals are killing the microflora and altering the pH. There is a much increased risk when you use these products of developing cervical cancer, UTIs, pelvic inflammatory disease, HPV, genital warts, genital herpes. But why? Because you're destroying the immune system. Those microbes are the defense mechanism. And so if you don't have a defense mechanism, you're more susceptible to getting unfriendly pathogens than normal lactobacillus that lives in the vaginal canal, produces lactic acid, which actually really helps the pH become slightly acidic, and that acts as another barrier. So when the pH increases and becomes more alkaline, a woman becomes more susceptible to having a lot of problems and irritation and redness, etc. So a very simple solution is to use a probiotic for vaginal health. Number 2, nail polish and remover. Nail polish has chemicals gasoline, formaldehyde, dibutylphthalate, acetone. Number 1 is compact powder, talc powder, or talcum powder. They are used in all sorts of women's products, from creams to finishing powders, materials that are used for eyeshadow, blushes, foundations, and many beauty creams. Talc is the softest mineral, and it's highly absorbable. So it'll absorb the oil from your skin and give you an appearance of kind of a soft, silky texture, at least at first. And here's the problem with talcum powder. When they mine it, it always comes with something else called asbestos. And so, up to 20% of all products out there with talcum powder have asbestos as a contaminated ingredient. And the problem with asbestos is it can leave you with a malignancy called mesothelioma. So if you're currently using compact powder, you want to find a brand that is asbestos-free. What's your opinion on these products? Do you use them? Comment down below. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.